Hello and welcome to the very first episode of our brand new miniseries, Beyond the Brook. Inspired by the animated series Over the Garden Wall by the incredible Patrick McHale and a whole host of other incredible artists, we'll be using Adam Vass's Babes in the Woods role-playing system to tell the story of 5 children lost in the mysterious wilderness known simply as the Backwoods. I am your narrator, Edward Spence, and speaking of our children, let's go around and meet them. So, going clockwise, Lexi, would you like to introduce yourself and who you will be playing?
Absolutely. My name is Lexi. I'm going to be playing Gustin or Gust.
And Laurel.
Hi guys, my name's Laurel and I'm going to be playing Angie.
And Stella.
Hello, I'm Stelluna on Twitch, Stelluna TV on all other social media. Today I will be playing Penny.
And C.
Hello everyone, my name is C. I use they them pronouns, and tonight I have the absolute pleasure of playing Lou, who also uses they them pronouns.
And Maddie.
Hello, I'm Maddie Duvernay. I usually don't sound like this, and I'll be playing Ixia.
And we would also like to thank the incredible folks over at Die Hard Dice and Frivolous Bear for sponsoring this series. Their work is incredible. We'll be doing a little ad for them later on, but go check out their respective sites. They are incredible, and we owe them immensely. But I think it's time to delve into our story. So, grab some hot cocoa, brush up on your rock facts, enjoy your potatoes and molasses as we delve into chapter 1 of our story, The Backwoods. Beyond the town, there lies an old abandoned house. Beyond the ancient house, there sits a wall. Beyond the crumbling wall, there runs a babbling brook. And beyond the brook, there are the Backwoods. Boundless, sprawling wilderness. To enter the Backwoods is to surrender yourself to both its impossible surroundings and its strange, mysterious denizens. But within the woods, it is a time of great change. Orange leaves fall as the north wind blows overhead, bending the trees to his tremendous will. Along the woodland paths, remnants of the Freshwater Brigade lollop through the woods, adrift and without purpose. The whistle of the puffing Beverly can be heard echoing in the distance, and all about, the cry of wolves searching for one of their own. And whispers abound. Whispers of a light in the woods, a light that is slowly dimming. There is something insidious in the woods, something dark and inevitable is on its way. And blissfully unaware of this, a stranger enters this woodland place, a stranger who, though she does not know it yet, will decide the fate of the Backwoods once and for all. And as a strange black bee flies through the air, ducking and weaving between the orange foliage that coats the branches of the trees, it passes over thick undergrowth through which comes the sound of rustling, and suddenly, like a periscope finding air, an alien shape rises above the bushes of the forest. And above these bushes, this wooden shape bobs up and down through the undergrowth, and at first one could be forgiven for assuming this was another branch in the forest. But looking closer, it becomes clearer. It is a witch's broom. And as this upside-down broom brushes through the bushes, all of a sudden, whoosh, it disappears once more, and exploding out in a puff of orangey leaves, poof, its tiny wielder steps into an open glade. Angie, would you like to describe yourself?
Oh, that was incredible. Okay. You guys see a tiny child, like so small. She's round everywhere and freckled, ginger freckles lining her pink cheeks and covering her nose, and her hair is messy. It's orange color, a blunt bob with baby bangs, but it looks like it wasn't cut by a professional. Maybe her siblings did it. Very clumsy hands cut her hair. She is wearing a forest green witch's costume, but it doesn't look store-bought. It's evident that she made it with her own scissors using an old tablecloth, and she's decorated herself using old arts and crafts from Halloween and Christmas decorations, maybe even Thanksgiving. And she's carrying a brand new, it's the only thing that looks new on her, witch's broom.
And as you stand there, your witch's broom proudly held aloft, you suddenly realize that very close to your face, a small, very fluffy, entirely black bee flies uncomfortably close to your face, flying here and there, just every so often, almost touching your nose.
Ah, please. I don't know you like that.
And as you swipe at it, it flies off and into the distance as you see before you more woodland. It has been woodland for days, weeks, months. It is impossible to tell. What are you doing?
Angie is kind of looking around, and she doesn't exactly know where she is, and she doesn't exactly know how long she's been here. But the only thing she can think of is she's got to keep going. So she takes her witch's broom and she looks at it and she says, "You gotten me this far, buddy. Let's do it again." And she puts it between her legs and she starts waddle walking with it and just walks forward.
So as you do so, making your way through brush and bush, and you can see that flowers surround you, and the trees above, impossibly tall, especially to one as small in stature as yourself. You carve a pathway through the woods and the leaves, and as you do so, can you take a gander for me, please?
2d6s.
2d6s.
Oh, that's a 1 and a 5.
Okay, so as you are walking along, you suddenly, emerging from the undergrowth, find yourself at the edge of a clearing, very densely packed with flowers. New England asters, orangey day lilies, and yellow and purple witch hazel combine in a cornucopia of colours in front of you, brought to vibrant life by the autumnal sunlight that pierces through the boughs above. But in the centre of this field of flowers, you see a small wicker hamper, and next to it, a very strange and ominous shape. A golden blob. A mound of near-transparent gold, refracting the light that comes down from above, causing the flowers you see on the other side to stretch and bend like a funhouse mirror. And it seems to be moving. It is immensely scary to you. You also gain 1 XP.
Oh no.
But there is something very unsettling about the shape in the center of this field of flowers.
I'm immensely frightened, but I'm also very brave. And I grab my broom and I remove it from between my legs. I don't need to waddle for this. And I straighten myself up and I breathe really quickly and I walk forward. I say, "What say you, yellow blob thing?" And then I maybe pick up a rock on the ground and throw it at it.
As you are struck by this rock that sort of lands on you for a moment before sinking into your body, Stella, would you like to describe Penny for us?
I am a 5'2" humanoid being made entirely out of honey. I don't have a belly button. I don't have a nose. All you see is a trail of honey that essentially is my legs trailing after me. I turn to look at this stone that has just sunk into my midsection, and I look up at the person who delivered it. Did you lose your rock?
Yeah, I lost it. I definitely didn't throw it. Hi,
Hello?
I'm Angie. And Angie immediately drops her broom on the ground and puts her hand out.
Hi, Angie. What are you doing with your hand?
Oh, I just wanted to say hi. Is that okay? It's nice to meet you. I've never seen a floating yellow glob snot before. It's cool. You
Oh.
look like something that I put in a napkin when I'm sick, but like big. Anyway,
Oh.
my name's Angie, and I want to be your friend. You take my hand and you shake it.
Okay. I reach forward to take your hand, and my hand begins to kind of mold around yours, and now you are sticky. My name is Penny. I think it's nice to meet you. I'm not quite sure yet.
You know what? That's fair. A lot of people say that to me, actually.
Okay.
Penny, as you look from this strange new individual in front of you, and then down towards your insides and the rock that even now is down to the bottom of your body, you see it collide and clank against the very thing that caused you to become stuck here in the first place. Shut close, a shiny pair of iron jaws, a bear trap closed shut.
Oh, yeah, that thing. I forgot about it. I was looking at the flowers.
Ugh.
Don't touch it. It's really heavy.
But do you want me to touch it so I can help?
I mean, I shouldn't presume what your capabilities are, but you are very small, and it is a very heavy thing.
Sorry, I saw that on a TV show once. Angie pulls up her sleeves and she says, "Excuse me while I show you my muscles." She spits in her hands and she does this. And she tries to pull it open.
Okay. Can you make a... Can you make a... Let's say a brace yourself check.
Oh. What do I
And
use
if
for
either-
that? Do I add anything?
So you plus your noodle.
Okay. So I have +0 for my noodle.
Okay.
2 and a 1. 3.
As you try and pull this open and it just shuts back, and you're able to bring your hand out just in time, but it still manages to just bang against the tip of your middle finger. You take 1 harm and you take 1 XP as you just fly back, shaking your hand. And as you do so, Penny, you notice something moving in the flowers. Something red and white and furry that immediately dives out of the flowers and immediately scooping up your wicker hamper, darts here and there to the edge of the field and sits there. A fox, holding your basket in its perfectly triangular snout. And as it sits there, just looking at all of you, from out of the field of flowers next to it, you hear a wide yawn, and a freckled arm stretches out. Maddie, as you wake, would you like to describe Ixia for us?
Ixia is covered in flowers from her sage green dress to the crown on top of her head. It's various flowers that you can find within the wood. She has long auburn curly hair and bright gold eyes. She seems to be kind of out of it, obviously, from just waking up from her nap. And she yawns. Oh, I didn't really expect to run into anybody. Sorry, did Sprite steal your basket?
Yes, but this is unsurprising. Everything so far has been as I have expected. The little one tried to help me with this contraption, but it is too heavy.
Oh, you're stuck.
Angie holds out her hand. Look!
Oh, your hand looks rather sticky. Well, I'm Ixia. I'm not really sure how I got here, who you are, but I'd love to help if you'd let me.
Okay, you grab one side and I'll grab the other and we'll pull again.
You know what? Sounds like a plan. Sprite, step back.
I will watch, I guess.
God, this poor girl.
So, I will say with this, can both Ixia and Angie make a friend? If you can make a friend roll, so it is plus your mush. And if you would like to use this opportunity to team up and potentially gain some friendship, you may.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are the D6s?
They are, yeah. So roll 2d6 and let me know your result.
5.
Oh my
'cause my mush is
goodness.
-1.
My mush is +2, and I got a 1 and a 3.
This is amazing, by the way.
I think I need new dice.
I'm just looking down, I'm like, yeah, as I expected.
As you grab a hand each and you just try pulling Penny away, like one of those old Stretch Armstrong toys, you just see, as you, both of you, just make your way from one side of the field to the other, Penny, you stretch, and you stretch, and you stretch. And I will say that as this becomes tauter and tauter, like a band of elastic about to snap, suddenly, and you see the bear trap fly off the forest floor towards all three of you. I'm going to need all three of you to make a scoot away check for me very, very quickly.
Oh no.
I
Wow, I rolled a 3.
I got an 8.
What do we add? What do we add?
You add steam! Steam!
Oh God! My steam! No! My steam is -1 and I rolled a 1 and a 2. I rolled a 1 and a 2.
So, Ixia, Ixia, you are fine. As you just stand there, you watch as Penny flies
Whoa.
into Angie, and you see the bear trap just fly through her. It manages to just fly like directly overhead, and it is dislodged from her body, and you see it just collide into one of the nearby trees, slamming shut against its bark. But Penny and Angie, you are one now. You see Angie just inside
This-
Penny's body.
This is mildly uncomfortable.
This
My
doesn't
broom.
seem natural.
I need my broom.
Yeah,
I reach for your broom and I put it inside of me.
Oh God.
I grabbed the
gotta
broom with my
figure
right
out how
hand.
to separate you guys because this does not look okay.
I got the broom in my right hand now, and I try to pierce it out.
I will say that after a little bit of struggle and stress and energy, you are able to, and Penny just deposits you onto the floor of flowers. The honey sticking all of these various petals to your body. You are covered in flowers. And both you and Penny, you take 1 harm and you gain 1 XP.
Ixia
Where
looks
do
at
I-
both Penny and Angie as that all happens. There's a moment of silence. That was gross.
Is this what trauma is? Okay, your guys' silence really shows that I don't think I know what trauma is. And she like wipes off the honey off of her body and
You know, this actually happens a lot more often than I would like to admit.
You guys ruined the flowers.
Oh,
Oh no. Sorry, flowers. And Angie gives them all little kisses
Aww.
and then hands them to Ixia.
Thanks, Angie. I'm sure they appreciate the apology.
Yeah. Well, anyway, shall we get going? You guys want to hang out? I gotta find my sister. You want to come with?
You have a sister?
Well, I think so.
Oh. Wait, do
I don't
you not
really remember.
remember? I don't remember anything about my past either. Well,
Really?
I know a little bit, but I'd rather not get into it.
Okay.
I have a very complicated backstory that I don't want to share with you because I just met you. But
That's
I
valid.
suppose you have my basket, so I'll go with you.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Don't talk to strangers. Anyway. And Angie takes her broom and puts it between her legs and starts waddling forward.
As you do this, you see that off in the distance, trailing up into the sky, there is a small pillar of smoke.
That has to be bad for the environment. Do you think we should go look and see what it is?
If it's bad for the environment, yes. And we could stop them. Right?
You're right.
And make them apologize to the flowers too.
Exactly. Every time I've come into this wood, it's like I see less and less of them. I want to talk to them.
For the flowers.
For the flowers.
Okay.
It's okay to be afraid, Penny.
I'll follow, and as I follow, I essentially, because I have to slurp after everyone, I am a bit on the not so swift side.
Do you want my broom?
Not really, but if you want me to hold it, I can.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
As you make your way through the woods, all three of you together, eventually you come to a small clearing. You see, stood perfectly still, a brown horse hitched to a tall, covered cart, its tail flicking away the flies that buzz around its flank. And as for the cart itself, it looks almost like a miniature house, its dark wooden exterior surrounded by slatted windows, all of which are closed, and a sloping, tiled roof. And next to this horse and cart, you see a small log on the ground with a blanket draped over it, and a stone's throw from this, a slowly dwindling campfire, its smoke peacefully spiraling into the treetops above you. All is quiet, and you are alone.
I don't think anybody lives here.
But that looks like a house. There's a horse. Hi, horsey.
Wait, you're right. Who would leave their horse all alone like that?
Oh,
That is quite irresponsible.
Yeah.
should
Think
we
we should
adopt
take a
the
walk?
horse?
I don't know if we're equipped to take care of a horse.
No, I have my broom equipped.
Oh. Do
Can
you
all
have
three of
horse
you-
food equipped?
Take a gander.
Ooh.
Fuck, math.
I got 2 6s.
Hey, I'm bad at math. What's 9 plus
Nice.
6?
Okay.
That's
Got a
15.
10.
16.
A 10. Okay, so with a 10, you can choose 2 of the following. You infer something important about the folks who live in the area. You notice an item that piques your interest. You see someone who could help you, or you notice something dangerous that would be wise to avoid. As for Ixia and Angie, we will get on to you in just a moment. So you infer something important?
Yes.
Cool. And you can choose another one as well, if you would like.
Let's find someone who can help.
Okay. So, in terms of what you see, as you walk, or in your case, Penny, glide around the campsite, you can see that above the fire there is a small kettle, tin, suspended on a makeshift strut of wood. And as you make your way round towards the back of the cart, you can see that through a gap in the slightly open doorway, hanging from the walls, there are bear traps. And as you look, you hear behind you, as do you, and you, Ixia and Angie, as someone begins to approach. And through the bushes, you see a tall, gaunt figure, his narrow features framed by many-layered overcoat that hides his limbs, as black as his face is white and sallow. Long grey hair hangs from either side of sunken cheeks and darkened eyes, his dark pink nose long and crooked, and atop his head, making him seem even taller, is a black pilgrim's hat, and emerging from his cloak, poised over his head like a jaunty question mark, he carries a black-handled scythe. And he stands on the edge of the clearing and gazes at each of you. What art thou doing so deep within these woods?
Who are you?
I only speak English.
And he narrows in on you, Angie, and there is a moment almost of recognition in his eyes. Thou art new to these woods? Art thou not?
Well, I guess so.
I am in the toil of finding witches and transporting them somewhere safe. Wilt thou sit with me a while? Thou must be famished.
That's, weird. I don't know any witches. And she hides her broom behind her back.
Thou canst hide thy broom, but thou canst not hide thy hat.
Shoot!
Hey, stay away from her.
And what art thou, little one? And he moves a little bit closer, gliding towards you all.
None of your business. What are you doing here and what do you want?
I have found exactly what I want. And as this is happening, a stone's throw away, further along from whence you came, a shape moves through the undergrowth, swift and feral. And travelling with great purpose, it moves close to the ground, a fearsome sniffing emanating from its form as it tastes the air around it. And as this hunter comes to the very same field of flowers the rest of you met, they come to a halt and survey the scene before them. C, would you like to describe Lou for us?
Absolutely, I would. The first thing we see is a pair of tawny orange ears poking up under the underbrush, flicking away a stray piece of leaf, of branch, of anything really. And we pan down this figure to find Lou. Maybe 17, 18, 19. It's been a long time, and you know what? Wolves don't really care about how many years it's been. And they are about to become part of the pack. So it doesn't really matter that much, does it? No, it doesn't. They technically are still a pup, but not for much longer. Not after they find the stranger in the woods. Lou has lightly tanned skin, and underneath this patchwork sack that they wear across their chest, you can see a rather intense farmer's tan. Their hair is short, brown, roughly cropped, with sticks, leaves, different bits of even pieces of fur hanging onto the strands that curl around their face. They're a little bit too big, and their joints don't work quite well with how they remember the edges of their body behaving, but their tail swishes behind them, little bits of fur along the edges of their cheeks starting to grow, little bits of fur along their elbows. And Lou, with a fish hook earring, flicks their ears, rolls their shoulders, and comes along to examine a strange puddle of, what is that? Honey? The stranger has been here. The stranger has been here. Mother Wolf will want to know. Which way did they go? They're close.
Lou, would you like to take a gander?
I would love to take a gander. I would be more than happy to take a gander, in fact. What do I add to that?
So that would be your noodle.
My noodle. Handsome 0 on my noodle. Then that'll be a 6 total.
Okay. So, in that case, you see something that gives you a scare, and you mark 1 XP. So, I will say, as you look around, and you smell, tasting the air all around you, for one, there is this sugary, sickly odour that coats the air around you, clinging to the inside of your nostrils, and you have to move sort of fairly far away from this centre in order to get rid of it. But through this, there are 3 other distinct smells. The creature you have been following, their scent, distinct and alien. But there is another floral smell. A smell that is strangely familiar to you, though you cannot quite place it. But as you look up to the tree ahead of you, you see embedded in its surface a familiar tool. A tool of the enemy. One of the Witchfinder's traps.
Lou immediately begins to growl, gets, I think, down on all fours again, and like shifts their body weight back and forth, now completely on high alert. And I think they go over to the bear trap and take it out of the tree, I think with a little bit less effort, and pry open the tongs, I suppose, to see if anything had been caught inside of it before, and perhaps seeing little bits of honey residue on it.
It is coated in honey, and as you are sort of like, it's a very uncomfortable sensation, just having to prise your hand off each metal surface. But as you do so, you see, almost minuscule, you almost miss it, there is a tiny bit of what looks to be fingernail, just on the edge, caught, and as you sniff it, deep, deep within the sugary smell, you get the scent of the stranger to these woods, your quarry.
No, I cannot let the Witchfinder find them first. I have to find them first, or else Mother Wolf... And Lou drops the trap immediately and goes bounding into the woods as fast as they can.
As you do, running as fast as your legs and your hands will carry you, bounding over fallen trees and through bushes, you realize that the gusts of wind all around you seem to be matching your pace. Leaves are picked up off the ground as wind rushes through the glade from the north, causing a wave of brown and orange leaves to fly behind you. And as you turn to face this southerly blowing wind, you see, amongst the flying foliage, a shape coming straight at you. Can you brace yourself?
Oh, I can brace myself, absolutely. Is that also Noodle?
That is Noodle, yes.
Okay, well, I rolled a 9 that time.
Okay, so you may choose one of the following. You avoid the incoming harm, but you create a ruckus, alerting those around you to your presence. Or you take harm, but doing so renders the source temporarily inert.
I will take the latter, I think, as Lou turns to this object, this thing coming right at them, claws, and by claws I mean slightly sharpened fingernails, teeth bared, ready to pounce back at it.
So as this sweeps past you, almost flying straight into your face, there is a tremendous clatter of what sounds and feels like a sackful of bones, almost knocking you off balance. And as this lands on the floor, rolling and rolling into one of the nearby bushes, this shape begins to pick itself up off the ground, as finally, Lexi, would you like to describe Gust for us?
I would love to. You see palms on the ground from where they've fallen backwards, that bag of bones jingling. You see only what could constitute as a strong wind that is taking the corporeal form of a small boy. Very bright, wide-eyed, mischievous, and you see these tufts of wind that are making almost like an afro on top of his head. He's wearing like a vest, just like a small white vest, and then a cape, a purple cape that is pulled and held by a golden brooch. The cape is like partially tucked into his pants, and the other half of it is down and flowing. And yeah, I think that the bones from the bag kind of clatter forward on the ground, and you see this little guy just like reach forward and grab for the bags. You see this, I think your eyes catch on this bright golden brooch, and it just catches the sun and the light just a little bit too much. And that's Gust.
I think there's a moment where Lou's still rolling on the ground, goes, Die, Witchfinder, die! Ah, 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 ah.
Which
Watch where you're going!
What? What are you talking? My bones. Wait. Scattered around my bones. You know, you are running really, really fast for someone who like doesn't know where they're at, and like you know, you just need to watch where you're going, but also
I knew where I was going. I was following the witch hunter.
So why did you run into me?
That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You ran into me, actually.
Sure, for sure. Yeah, I ran into you. Okay. I put the bones into the bag, and this guy, so tiny. His shoulders are proud, and he puts his hands to his sides and proudly stretches out a hand. This kid is mimicking something, but you're not really sure what. As he stretches out a hand, and with a nose that has like a big like like a snot bubble coming out of it at all times, is like, my name is Gustin, and it seems like you need my help.
Huh? And Lou, I think, looks at your hand, looks at you, and then leans forward and like just sniffs your hand before just putting their hand out also. Not taking yours, just also putting it out for you to smell.
Gustin doesn't, I don't think he knows what to do. He wasn't gonna shake either, he just put his hand out there, so he does what you do. And then nods. It's like, okay, we're friends from here on out, that's it?
What? No.
I'm just gonna follow you.
Wait, what do you mean? Are you...
Yeah, you're going in the right direction, I think.
What? We don't have time for this, okay? If you're gonna come along, and
okay,
we'll see what Mother Wolf says later. I'm Lou.
I already said this, but I'm Gustin, in case you could just call me Gus. Like, friends call me Gus, but I don't have a lot of friends, so, like, if you called me Gus, it would really kind of cement that, I think.
All right, kid, come on, come this way. We gotta go.
Starts running. Just little tiny arms kind of, like, limp by their side. They don't know how to run. It's like very lame, like bad Naruto run. They're just not.
Meanwhile,
the arms aren't backwards.
Meanwhile, Lou is like using their arms to like leap off of different trees and like landing, going on all fours sometimes, and then coming back up. And all the while they're going, it's okay, this is going to be really dangerous. The wolf hunter, not the wolf hunter, the witch hunter. Okay, the witch.
There's
finder.
A witch hunter?
Yes, there's a witch hunter. Where did you even... You don't know that?
I know everything that's in these woods, thank you so much. I'm an expert.
If you were really an expert, you'd know how much trouble we're about to be in. And how much trouble this creature I've been tracking is going to be in if the witch finder finds them first. Okay?
Then is the person you're trying to find a witch, then? I'm just using my deductive reasoning.
I don't know. Maybe it would be good for you to come along. Yeah.
Yeah, real smart. Let's go.
Okay, yeah. This way. And they charge off again.
Yep.
As this unlikely pairing rushes off through the woods, the rest of you, as you find yourselves alone in this clearing, campfire slowly beginning to dwindle between you, and this mound of a black cloak moving towards you ever so slowly, pale face peeking out, flicking between you each, but always coming back to you, Angie. What are the three of you doing?
I am currently pulling the bear traps out of the thing.
Okay. Can you make a cause mischief roll for me, please?
Ooh,
You
okay.
add your steam.
Wow. I rolled 2 ones. Okay. So that's gonna be a 3.
So, good news is, you gain 1 XP. But
Yes.
as you reach out, suddenly, just immediately in between the chains of the bear trap, you see this scythe move around with almost preternatural speed, just colliding with the cart and preventing anything from leaving the door, as the Witchfinder's long-haired face turns to you. This is not thy fight.
I have questions for you. I found one of these and I was stuck in it for about 5 hours. So, what is this? Why do you have this?
He removes the scythe and rests it once more over his shoulders and looms over you. It is a tool for catching the enemy. Wolves, witches, and other foul beings. Art
Well-
thou fair or foul?
You know, I don't really know, but it's a really bad tool if I'm not a foul thing because it caught me.
I see that thou art sweet.
Hey! Neither am I! And I'm gonna take my broom out from behind my back and I'm gonna try to do what I learned in self-defense from my dad. And between the legs.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you to make a cause mischief roll as well for me, please.
Okay. 6 plus 3 plus 0.
So, something goes awry, but you manage to affect your target with an unintended side effect that puts one or more of the kids in peril. So, I'm going to leave that entirely up to you, Angie. What happens as you swing your broom towards the Witchfinder's, for lack of a better term, ghoulies?
Oh god, I don't know if I can make this decision. Okay, Where is everybody standing?
So Penny is directly in front of the Witchfinder, and Ixia is likely on his other side. There's a triangle of the three of you, the Witchfinder very much in its center.
Sorry, Ixia. I'm assuming maybe she's standing a little too close to him on the other side, and the broom whacks them both between his legs.
You just hear this collision as the broom swats past you, Ixia, causing you to fall down on the leaf-strewn ground. And you just hear this as the Witchfinder just falls to his knees, and one eye substantially larger than the other just, I shall get the witch! And you see he starts... As this happens, suddenly, Ixia, from your standpoint, you can see your fox next to you, baring its teeth, but not at the Witchfinder. It is growling towards one of the bushes nearby, and you see that coming from the bushes, there is a rustling and a movement, as suddenly from out of here, two individuals leap from out in an explosion of orange and brown leaves before landing a stone's throw away from where you all are, as Gust and Lou, seeing the scene before you now, what are you doing?
I cannot tell you how fast Lou is about to bite the crap out of this man. Like, I think there's a little, like a low growl. They get down and they jump at the Witchfinder and they sink their teeth right into his arm.
Make a cause mischief roll for me, please.
That I can do.
Awesome.
That is a 8.
An 8. So again, your blows land true as you just leap on the back of this man. And the rest of you, it's almost like one of those old-fashioned cartoons where you just see a puff of cloud with limbs flying out every so often and just boing, bang, and you just see this mass of fur, and every so often these ears and this tail just fly out of the debris. As this is happening, I will say the scythe flies free, and knocking against the cart, it flies in your direction and knocks you over, Gust, onto the ground. Gust, as this scythe lands upon you, what is everyone doing as the Witchfinder, still very much reeling from the previous attack, is just trying to fight off this creature on his back?
I believe Ixia is probably moving closer to Angie, very worried about her safety, knowing that she is probably the true target of the Witchfinder, and is trying to make sure that Angie is not hurt in any way. All the while also scolding, Angie, you couldn't have done that. You could have gotten hurt. That was very dangerous.
He's still and Angie is like kicking him. She's kicking him. And I'm fine.
Angie, stay still. Stay still. Stop. You could get hurt. Stop it.
I think also, as this is happening, as the scythe is coming at me, I think the reason that Gust doesn't notice it is because Gust pulled up to the scene, found a little place to bring out their little bone marimba, and starts finding a tuning note, like, to start singing, and the scythe is just going directly at, like, and the bubble just, like, keeps blowing up every single time they sing a little bit.
Penny, you see, this is the most people you have interacted with in a very long time, as this other very strange and very sinusy sounding individual just suddenly skitters into view. What are you doing, Penny, as chaos unfurls before you?
Yeah, I have just stopped reaching for the bear traps, and I'm just watching everyone, looking very confused. Then I go over to Gustin, and I look down at them. That looked like that hurt. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's okay. One of my bone marimbas, like, the little thing snaps just a little bit. I'm like, oh god, that hurt. Is that what pain feels like? I've never been hit before.
Oh, I don't know. I'm made out of honey.
Whoa. And I just stare.
I just stare back at you.
As this staring match intensifies, I would say, Gust, your eyes do that thing where they sort of, like, go out of focus for a moment through Penny.
Yeah.
And you see that hanging down from the cart, you see a mass of ropes flopping onto the ground near where this cacophony of violence is slowly beginning to temper. And Lou, can you make a brace yourself check for me, please?
Hoo boy. Yet I can. 7?
7. So you can avoid incoming harm, but there will be a complication, or you can take the harm, but the source will be inert.
I'll do the latter again, I think, as Lou is boxing with the Witchfinder, tooth and claw.
As you do so, you suddenly receive a smack around the back of the head, and you go dizzy for a moment as you feel 2 bony hands just grab at your shoulders, and you are face to face with the one who has hunted your pack for countless months and years, as the Witchfinder looks at you. Wolf child, thinkest thou that thou art still a beast? Such japes! And he is pinned by you, but he is going to be getting up very shortly. What are the rest of you doing?
Can I would like to, I think my little brooch starts to quiver as I would like to invoke some wind to possibly, like, knock the ropes over and tangle him.
I will say, that's really clever, do a cause mischief, and I will say at advantage. So you roll
Okay,
3d6, and you take the 2 higher options.
Great, because I have a -1.
Could I offer something here?
Absolutely.
Could we say that because I am somewhat translucent and you can see through me, this particular moment, I'm acting like a spyglass? And essentially, I help hone in the accuracy of this just by standing in the way.
100%. So we'll make this a team up, which means that you will receive some friendship depending on how this goes.
Yay!
So,
Is it
Lexi?
okay if I also add something to this?
Absolutely, yes, of course.
Ixia sees everything that's going on. They see Gust, sees what he's about to do, and she has an intricate display of flowers and vines tattooed on her body. And through those tattoos, it's almost as if they come to life. And she sends vines and flowers towards where Gust is sending his wind, ready to trip the witch hunter.
Okay. Oh, it's like our portals moment. This is great.
I know!
Make your roll, Lexi.
Okay, alright everyone, let's do this. Okay, so I've got an 8 at
Okay,
advantage. I sadly have a -1 with my steam, so it's a 7.
that's okay. So, with a 7, it works. You all watch as vines and the ropes, almost guided by the flowers that grow underneath the ground, picking it up where the rope falls, through the wind and this small trail of breeze that seems to emanate out of nowhere, wraps its way around the Witchfinder's ankle. The horse at the front of the cart just turns its head ever so slightly, and seeing this, suddenly begins to panic, and it starts to run. And as it does so, you watch as the cart runs off into the forest, and you see the rope slowly unspooling, getting longer and longer and tauter and tauter. And as the witch hunter throws you off, Lou, and begins to try and reach for the rope around the ankle, he looks towards the source of the wind and sees you, Gus, magnified through the spyglass body of Penny. And his eyes flicker for just a moment. Where didst thou find that brooch? And then suddenly, the rope goes taut and he flies off, following the horse and the cart deep into the forest, his screams disappearing into its depths. And you are all of you left alone.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah! Run away, coward! Ah, ha, ow! Ah, I think my nose is bleeding. Ow!
Are you okay?
You creature, witch. And Lou gets real close, like sniffs you. You.
Me.
I found you. You need to be more careful.
We found them. Let's be real
Okay,
about it.
It was, well, mostly.
We're gonna
Me?
share. We're gonna share it, right? We're gonna share this win.
Sure.
I can find myself, thank you.
All right. That's enough. You're hurt. What's your name?
Lou? Who are you? What are you doing
I'm
with this
Ixia.
weird creature?
Okay,
That's not very
first
nice.
of all, yeah, that was rather rude. She's not a
What?
creature. She's a witch.
Oh. What are you doing with the witch?
I don't know. I guess we all just kind of found each other. Do you have something? Your nose is still... And then Ixia reaches out with some vines with a single petal on the end to wipe the blood off of Lou's face.
I'm cool, thank you.
Oh, okay.
You got a little bit more blood there, though. Like, you really should take care of that.
No, I'm good. I'm cool.
Well, if we're all being honest here, I got hurt like twice.
You didn't tell me
I'm
that.
just
I
like-
asked several times if you got hurt.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just little. I'm just little, okay? I'm only one little lady, okay? And she kind of sits down on the ground, and she kind of lets the pain finally hit. And she's like, okay, I just need to cry a little bit because it hurt really bad. Okay. All right.
What? Who made you? That's wild.
Made me.
Yeah, like you... Everyone
Well.
here is, like, made of something, right? Like, you got made of wolf, you got made of flowers, I guess, you got made of honey, and now...
I'm made of magic. Actually, no. So, like, my older sister would always say something like, "When a man and a woman love each other very much."
I think
and then
we
she'd
should
always
really
trail off
move
and-
on from this conversation.
Does
Maybe.
magic mean crying?
You know, if that was a superpower, I would be. I am a witch. Yes, I'm a witch. And this is my broom. And this is my hat. And that guy tried to kill me, I think.
Yeah, what? What was that about?
Wait. I think that was trauma.
Interesting.
They did have a very unusual tool that made me stuck for a very long time. It was like
Yeah.
a trap of some sort.
It's the witch
hurt me.
finder, an enemy of the forest and everything in it. Mother Wolf sent me on a very important mission to hunt him down. And also you. But,
He seemed to have known you pretty well. What was that
he's my
about?
worst enemy ever.
Why?
Whoa. My worst enemy ever is my mom.
Me too, right? Parents, right? They're... Whoa.
Give me a high five.
Yeah, we should... Yeah.
Anyway.
I know that one. Yeah. Wait. I do want to go back to why we were hunting the witch. Are we going to take the witch somewhere outside of the backwoods? We gonna...
Ixia slowly stands in front of Angie.
The witch's name is Angie.
Angie, nice to meet you. Gustin will give you a formal, very formal bow. It's a little bit forward, but also his knees kind of curtsy as well. Unsure of which form of bow he should be mimicking.
Angie blushes. Angie has a crush on Gust.
The snot bubble gets bigger.
Well, I'm lost, and I don't remember much. And I think I have a sister. Yeah, and I'm gonna find her, and that's all I got. And I got this broom.
I may have just met Angie just now, but we fought that other guy who's trying to take her, and we'll fight you too. What do you want with Angie?
Me? Mother Wolf always says that if there are strangers in the woods, she needs to meet them first. So you should just come meet Mother Wolf.
Maybe she knows where my sister is, because my sister's probably lost too.
Mother Wolf knows everything. She'll know where your sister is.
Then, Ixia, we have to go. We have to go. And she's like pulling at your vines now. We have to. I have to find Lizzie.
Well, I can't go because I need my basket. Maybe I can go later, but I
Sprite
need
still
my
has your
basket.
basket.
Where's your basket?
It's over there in Sprite's mouth.
Fox is sort of sitting there, and you can see trying to conceal it with his tail, which is just wrapped around his triangular snout, and just.
Sorry, I didn't introduce you guys to. This is my best friend. His name is Sprite. He's a fox. I think he
That's
just
your
really
best friend?
likes your basket. Yeah.
He's kind of short.
Hey,
What?
you're really tall.
Ooh. Ah.
Bird.
Wait, what? No, it's cool that I'm tall, right?
Yeah, well, it's cool that Sprite's short.
You two sound the same.
Oh,
You two
right,
sound very similar.
relax. I think you guys will be best friends.
And reluctantly, Sprite just walks over to Penny and just lets go of the handle as it just on the floor next to you.
Sorry, Sprite really likes baskets. It's usually what he sleeps in.
Oh. Well,
That's
you can have the
adorable.
basket later. Want Sprite?
Is that what foxes say? Wow. I learned something new every single day in this wood. So are we gonna meet Mother Wolf then?
You have to promise that there's no danger.
Well, I mean it's the woods.
It's the woods.
There's
No,
danger everywhere.
from
You're
Mother Wolf.
dangerous. Oh, cool. I can't speak to that.
Well, I have to make a delivery, and after the delivery, I guess go.
Fine. We can go on a delivery, too. And Mother Wolf always says that it's better to travel the woods in a pack. And if you're part of my pack, then she definitely won't hurt you.
Our
Okay.
pack.
We reached a compromise. Thank you so much, Lou. That is very nice of you to understand.
What? Okay.
I would like to show the basket to everyone and show what's in it.
A cornucopia of baked goods, glistening with sugar and honey glaze.
Drool.
Wow. I
Drool.
didn't realize how hungry I was.
Me either. I don't remember the last time I ate.
Are you sure you have to deliver this?
Yes, I cover it. Don't
Well,
get
who's
any
it for?
ideas. I'm heading south to the town of Denslow.
I'd love to go south. That would be great for me, actually.
Isn't that the meaning of something going poorly and things go south?
Is that where Santa Claus is?
No, that's the North Pole.
Oh, I always get those mixed up.
What's a Santa Claus?
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus?
Hey, how do I know that?
Oh, yeah, he's got big claws. He's got big claws, and Angie's joking, but maybe it doesn't come off as joking.
No one knows you're joking.
Everybody just has like a look of fear on their face immediately.
Santa's got big claws, and he comes into your house at night when everybody's sleeping to give you gifts, but sometimes the gifts are coal.
A monster.
Predatory.
A monster. But he likes cookies.
Oh.
We have to get this
Wait, I
basket
like
to
cookies.
wherever you're delivering it before Santa Claus gets it.
Yeah. That
We don't
would
have
be
a house to be
problem.
safe in.
Does liking cookies make you a monster?
Well, only if you don't share.
Oh, I like sharing.
Awesome. So we go south and we share the cookies in the basket.
And then we
And
meet
then
up with Santa
we-
Claus.
And then, we find my
Oh.
sister.
Stay away from Santa Claus, okay? That's just not encounter anything with Claus.
So the
except for
basket's
Lou.
not for Santa.
Basket's not for Santa. I swear on my life and honor that this basket will never meet Santa Claus. And I say that to
Yeah, me too.
to Penny.
Okay. I slowly begin to glide south.
Guys, do you think we can make her go faster somehow?
I have
Should
an
we be
idea.
matching her pace?
Do you
I
think
have an idea.
if we walk faster,
And
we
I
could meet up
take
with her?
my broom and I put it between my legs and I waddle forward.
What's the idea?
What do you mean?
I think
This
we
is the
have to match
idea.
their pace.
And you see, miraculously, this technique is working. Angie is powering ahead, and for a moment, Lou, your quarry, this figure that you have been tracking for days now, suddenly disappears from view into the distance.
No! And Lou goes bounding after as fast as they can.
As Ixia, Penny, and Gust, you begin to see your two friends, maybe, acquaintances, most certainly, traveling companions, unfortunately. What are the three of you doing as you disappear off into the distance?
I think Ixia gets right beside Penny and just looks at her and goes, "Don't worry, I'll walk with you."
Thank you. I appreciate it. I can only move at one speed, unfortunately, because I am made entirely out of honey.
Yeah, you smell really good though.
Thank you. I can't smell you because I don't have a nose.
What's that like?
Scentless.
Oh, I couldn't imagine not smelling the flowers.
What do they smell like?
I think the flowers of this wood smell like hope and sunshine.
Oh.
I'm really not getting that one. Takes a big breath in, and the bubble gets bigger. Not really getting hope and sunshine, but
What does it smell like to you?
it's cold, a little bit. It's tingly, it's the air, but a little faster.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. If you something that could, if you hold your head out in front of you and you take you onto the hand, it's hot, but then if you go, it's cold. It's smelling the flowers is the second one. It's a little colder.
Penny's hand balloons out before, and all three of you are coated in honey as you disappear off into the woods. And as these 5 travelling companions disappear into the depths of the forest, a figure rises from the undergrowth, a scythe outlining his thin frame. The Witchfinder, bedraggled and looking worse for wear, stands there, unmoving. And a chill envelops the air around him, frost coating the edges of the leaves, causing them to shrivel and wilt. And as he lets out a breath, it rests in the air before him, chilly and cloud-like. And over his shoulder, in the shadows of the trees, 2 perfectly white circles look out, eyes, cold and lifeless.
Well, Witchfinder.
Thou speakest aright. A child from the real, here within the backwoods.
Correction. Another child. A child that you once again have lost.
'Twere not my fault. Others came to yonder child's aid.
Others.
Yea,
Something on your mind, Witchfinder.
a child made of wind. Now gone henceforth, a brooch they wore. A brooch, methought, I would not see again. And punctuating this, the north wind blows overhead, and the shadow bristles behind the Witchfinder.
It appears we are not alone in our search. No matter. You will follow them. Find them. Burn the trees down if you must. And I will nudge them where I can. For I have eyes, and ears, and shadows everywhere.
And as orange leaves softly float all around the two figures, a small black bee ascends above the treetops. Below it, 5 children march their self-made path through the woods, and as the bee flies on, ducking and weaving through the branches and the brush, the backwoods open up beneath. A red and white striped tent is erected in the middle of an open glade. A quiet railroad station, surrounded by a small collection of small wooden buildings, upon which sits a small, suited possum, a guitar case resting on his legs. Further down the track, some days away, a large black locomotive chugs along a railroad, weaving its way through the woods, grey smoke belching forth from its stack. And as the bee continues overhead, it passes an old stone bridge, on either side of which stand frogs and toads in military uniforms, cannons pointed at one another from across the bank. And for a moment the bee buzzes, almost as if in recognition, before continuing on. But there are more than frogs and possums and trains in the woods. Through the undergrowth, leaving behind almighty tracks in its wake, a large wooden hut on giant chicken legs stalks the backwoods, its sloping roof covered in vines and thorns and flowers as it moves through the trees. And more ominous still, as the north wind blows us southwards, its gales intermingle with the howl of wolves, all of them led by one, larger and more terrifying than the others. And past all of this, as the strange black bee continues to fly miles and miles deeper and deeper into the backwoods, the trees begin to diminish, becoming sparser and sparser. The land becomes greyer, wetter, colder, and mist coats the landscapes, through which strange and ominous shadows can be glimpsed. And at its centre, standing beside a shore of unnaturally still water, stands a lonely lighthouse. And at the tower's top, a lantern burns a soft white, emanating and stretching out into the grey air all around. And this light, it is flickering and it is fading. And as it hangs on for life only just, darkness begins to spread through the backwoods, and the shadow beside the Witchfinder sees it all, and he is happy.
Come, my dearest Witchfinder. Can't you taste it in the air? It is time. Time for the backwoods to come to an end.
And that is where we are going to end this chapter, and the beginning of our story. thank you all so very much. We'll be back very, very soon, in a week's time. In the meantime, stay safe and stay out of the shadows. Goodbye.